Hey guys, it's 2022, brand new year, new season on the horizon, but still cold, still in lockdown here in Canada. I've been spending a lot of time right here over the past couple weeks with lockdown and with the weather, just kind of working on my business and gaming and planning for the upcoming season. With that being said, over the past couple of months since World Cup, we've seen a ton of changes and a ton of moves between players and teams in the NXL Pro Division. For example, we have a brand new pro team with the Latin Saints, who kind of came out of nowhere and started scooping up some big names like Silos Cortez and Kyle Spicka, and they're also being coached by Brandon Short. So I'm curious to see who else picks up that check from them, I guess, and slides over to Latin Saints. So that'll be exciting for this season. So my old team, SD Aftermath, picked up Frank Tommaso from Revo, and we also have the return of LJ Woodley, who used to play for X Factor. He's on Aftermath, so I'm excited to see how that plays out. Seattle Thunder and Brooklyn Bears have merged, which is super cool. I love Magic Mike and all the guys from the Bears. Can't really say much about the Thunder guys, but I'm excited to see how they do. I also got to shout out my buddy Scott Graham. He's a fellow Canadian who is playing for the Bears and who will be playing on this hybrid pro squad. I'm not sure if they're keeping the Thunder name or what that's going to be, but yeah, that's going to be really cool. And then that kind of brings me to my own team, San Antonio X Factor. We picked up LJ Parrish from the Ironmen, who have been hemorrhaging players. I know Peyton's gone to the military. I believe John Jackson's left, so there's 3 guys. I think there was also something up with Nick Sloviak. I'm probably just spreading disinformation here, but that's kind of what I've heard with rumors. So I'm excited to have LJ for sure. Like, he can play any position on the field. He's small, he's fast, he's super aggressive, so we're really lucky to have landed LJ for this season. Since World Cup, we also lost Archie Monomayer to Dynasty. He's been around for ages. He's been with X Factor for a really long time, and he's one of the top players in the pro division for sure. Losing Archie for me is a good thing, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. To expand on that, like, when you have a superstar player on your team, like an Archie, like a Greenspan, like an Oliver in his prime, or a Fedorov, they're constantly praised on their individual ability. And I think that being in that spotlight for so long can sometimes cause people to forget the most important thing in our sport and in sports, and that's just being a good teammate, you know? And losing someone like Archie doesn't necessarily create a hole in our roster, like some people have noted on forums and things like that. But in my opinion, creates an opportunity for our players to step up, you know, to have their moment. So I'm super excited for that, and I'm really looking forward to this season. Anyway, so I want to talk a little bit about my experience at the World Cup with X Factor, and yeah, tell you guys a little bit about our prelims matches and the finals. At the end of this video, or near the end of this video, I have a bunch of footage provided by Ken Block Shoots. His Instagram should be on the screen somewhere here. And all the game footage is from Go Sports. If you're new to paintball, or you just, for whatever reason, haven't heard of Go Sports, check them out. It's www.gosports.com. They stream all of the major events, multiple camera angles, really good commentary and stats. So definitely check them out if you're interested in tournament paintball. So at World Cup, our prelim draw was Seattle Uprising, ML Kings, New York Extreme, and Houston Heat. So our first match was against Seattle Uprising, and we went down like 3 or 4 points off the hop. Can't really put my finger on what it was. It was the first match of the tournament, really sloppy, and they played really aggressive and kind of pushed the envelope. But halfway through that match, we put up, I believe, 9 unanswered points, whatever point throughout that match, and took the win 9-3 versus Seattle Uprising. Our second match was against ML Kings. They actually beat us 5-4. Bedencourt, I believe it's Luis Bedencourt, was playing the snake for them. He played really well. He was in there almost every point, and we just weren't hitting our shots on him off the break. And I also don't feel like we were sending Billy or pushing him down the snake side as hard as we were later in the tournament, so they kind of had free reign over the snake. I got to do a shout out to Connor Kelly. I don't know the kid very well, but I watched him play at World Cup, and he played really, really well. He's on ML Kings. I don't think he's been playing very long, a couple years, if that. So he's definitely someone to keep an eye out for, in this upcoming season. Our next match was against New York Extreme, a team that I played for in the past, and a team that's been struggling lately. We beat them 6-0. I don't have a ton to say about that match. I'm not really sure what's going on in that camp. Like they do have talented players, but it's a bit of a mess right now for them. Then our last match of prelims was against Houston Heat, another one of the big dogs in the division. We ended up taking that win 8-7. So that kind of brings us into Sunday morning. So our Sunday matchups, we played Impact in the morning with a 6-3 win, followed by our second match against Houston Heat, which we won 6-5. Fedorov had a crazy move at the end, jumping over the box. They thought they should have got it. It was super close, but we ended up taking that game 6-5. So after that, we're looking at our finals game. We saw a lot of diversity, I guess, in our prelims matches. We lost a game. Like our weaknesses were exposed by teams for sure. And we had a pretty tough road to get to finals, playing Impact and Houston Heat. The Dynasty match was super cool. I've played paintball for a really long time. I've never had the opportunity to be on the field for a pro final. That was a first for me. I've never played a pro final. I've never won a pro tournament. So that was huge for me, just being on the field with all the guys before, during the anthem. I didn't even know what to do. Being a Canadian, I'm like, do I put my hand here? Do I stand there? Try not to be disrespectful. But that was a really cool moment. And the match was insane.
I mean, they're feeling it right now. They know the pressure is on them right now to try to tie this up. They get a body out wide here, snake side of the field, and here comes Colt Roberts with a big run through in the center. How many kills come off from that? Looks like 2 kills coming off. Blake, Yosh, looks like Brandon getting a spin, and Ryan Greenspan. So.
Marcelo on the break.
Tough break here for Dynasty, losing Marcelo.
Oh, big move from Blake Yarbrough, though, all the way to X Factor's side of the field.
Yeah, Blake is
beautiful
in an
move by
excellent
Blake.
spot. And they saved that. You know, that's been a move that's been there. Alex Gray from Uprising made it multiple times, but we really haven't seen too much. Oh, and he's going to eat Billy up.
Golden barrel.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's early to call, but that was a clutch move.
Colt just found him.
Colt's going to come through, and he gets him at the exact time. And now Colt Roberts comes through. Does he get 2?
No.
Yeah, X Factor pushing up on that D side. No one in front of him. They're waving him off. Oh, if Brandon Short keeps his head on his swivel, Archie goes eyes to the sky. And he gets shot, but not before he hit the buzzer. Really good. It's going to be up to San Diego Dynasty to answer our eye in the sky here and see the cable cam fly on over to the...
It's a team like X Factor is very, very challenging. Drill side. Colt reloses in the middle.
Colt comes through and he gets that drop on him, but then the counter punch comes from Blake Yarbrough, and Blake stays alive. He's going to come all the way over and get into the back corner bunker here and try to win a 1-on-2 situation. Even with the bad back and the bad knee, man, against mad respect to Rainey Stanzik, gutting through it. And about 8 seconds left to go. The momentum shift. And you know, that's always like, who are the best players ever to come out of Texas? If Archie Montemure and Colt Roberts aren't on your tongue, you don't know what you're talking about. Here comes Ryan Greenspan. Ryan Greenspan gets eaten up by Ninos. Ninos is going to come in, maybe gets a shot on Blake. Blake dodges the ball. No, he doesn't. A little true pack here for Meter.
Wow, Meter's pulling his game
And then
back.
Brandon Short, though, also runs into Meter's gun. Ninos with a 3-pack. Meter might be getting a 4-pack. One-on-one situation. Meter's going to have to pump the brakes. Margot sees what's happening downfield. Full send for him. He's going to run in. So this is the exact same time on the opposite side. So if we go to the other side, so here's what's happening on the other side right there. And it was 2:27 to go, tied at 5. It's just not getting any tighter than this. Oh man, thank God this game, as from a fan perspective, is close. See.
Oh, Alex getting shot on the break.
Alex shot off the break, for San Diego Dynasty. It's a 5-on-4 situation here for X Factor. And it looks like they are going to be losing Archie Montemure, so that's a huge kill for San Diego Dynasty.
Great shot of Yoshua there. Blake Yarbrough in that can, doing such a good job of getting up to that wing, containing from that side.
Here's you look. Rainey Stantek going up the middle.
Looking over the shoulder as Blake makes his move. Blake comes across as he get the shot on Rainey. He does not. So Rainey Stanzik out here going to get that huge kill, but they might be losing a player in the backfield. And we're going to see a penalty assessed on X Factor.
The next 5 seconds is going to decide whether or not they have a chance to win World Cup.
This is the biggest point of the year.
Oh, Billy gets shot in the break.
Right, 2 steps out, but they also use Blake Yarbrough. 3-on-4 advantage for Dynasty.
Yeah, and it looks like X Factor trying to send a body all the way up to that tower off the break.
2-on-4 advantage Dynasty.
Yeah, that should do it here. Dynasty should be able to seal the World Cup victory right now because of all the bodies they shot. They're going to lose Urena.
Yeah, they might lose this point.
They might lose this point, and the running referee's going to get and check out Yosh around the back center. He doesn't hit, maybe penalty. Looks like he's good to go. But look at this though. Meter Ninos is going to come through. Shoot 1, shoot 2, shoot 3. Meter Ninos does get blasted by Yosh though. He was not able to get a shot in on Yosh. Yosh does get tapped out.
12.
And then here
11,
comes Rainey
10,
Stanzik. Rainey's going to come
9.
through with 8 seconds left and hit the buzzer.
Oh, Rainey just bonus ball those dudes off the field. Both of those guys are going back after Rainey. Look at that.
Yeah, so at this point, the game was pretty much done. We just went out there for pride. Dynasty played really well, really close match, but we just didn't have enough time to bring things back. Yeah, props to them. Anyway, keep an eye on the channel. I had mentioned before that some things are going to be different. I didn't get around to incorporating that into this video here, but over the next couple months, you'll be seeing some more of that new content that I keep talking about. My goal is to have some other players, professional players and things like that on the channel, on these videos, doing interviews, kind of podcast style, just to give you guys more behind the scenes stuff, more information about players and the sport itself. So keep tabs on the channel, hit like, hit subscribe. You guys know the routine, and thank you for watching.